Hello students, welcome to question hour session of Ajmal IS Academy. Here we will be discussing 5 MCQs from the daily newspaper The Hindu and Indian Express. So let's start the session. Our first question is on India's greenhouse gas emission in 2024. The first statement says India recorded the largest absolute increase in greenhouse gas emission among all countries. This is a correct statement. The second statement says India was the second largest overall emitter of greenhouse gases in 2024. This is not a correct statement as India was not the second but the third largest emitter. Let's move on to the third statement. The third statement says India's per capita greenhouse gas emission was less than half the world average. This is a correct statement. So answer here is 1 and 2, that is A. Let's move on to the second question. The second question is about the difference between extravehicular activity suit and intravehicular activity suit. The first statement says EVA suits are designed for activity outside the aircraft. This is a correct statement. Second statement says IVA suits are worn inside the aircraft, especially during launch and re-entry. This is also a correct statement. The third statement says EVA suit include a space suit and a pressure suit. This is not a correct statement as this is not EVA but IVA. So answer here becomes 1 and 2, that is A. Let's move on to the third question. The third question is regarding the rare earth hypothesis. The first statement says it was proposed by Peter Ward and Donald Brownlee in 2000. This is a correct statement. The second statement says it suggested that while microbial life may be common, complex multicellular life is rightly rare. This is also a correct statement. The third statement says Kepler mission findings have completely disapproved the rare earth hypothesis. This is not a correct statement as it has not completely disapproved the hypothesis. So answer here become 1 and 2. That is A. Let's move on to the fourth question. The fourth question is about digital gold. Statement 1 says digital gold refers to buying gold without physically possessing the metal. This is a correct statement. Statement 2 says it is regulated as a commodity derivative by SEBI. This is not a correct statement as this is still unregulated. So statement 3 says it is created using blockchain technology, allowing investors to buy and sell gold electronically. This is a correct statement. So answer here becomes 1 and 3, that is C. Let's move on to the fifth and the final question. The fifth question is on UNFCCC. Statement 1 says it was adopted in 1994 to provide framework for international cooperation on climate change. This is a correct statement. Statement 2 says the Kyoto Protocol and Paris Agreement were instrument under UNFCCC. This is also a correct statement. The third statement says United States have pulled out of UNFCCC and Paris Agreement. This is not a correct statement as United States have pulled out from Paris Agreement but not from UNFCCC. So answer here becomes 1 and 2, that is A. You can file all this question in our social media platform. Thank you.